Well, Yeats was born, of course, here in Dublin on Sandymount Avenue in 1865. He doesn't have a big Dublin childhood in a way because, in part due to his father's pursuit of his own career as a painter, and in not very successfully pursuing it. Yeats spent a good deal of his childhood in Sligo with his mother's family, the Pollocksons in Sligo. And he caused a bit of consternation in his father's mind when he wrote his memoir, Reveries Over Childhood and Youth, in which he said, "I remember little of childhood, but its pain." And one might, I suppose, if you were a true blue Freudian, you'd draw a very straight arrow from that statement to some beautiful poems. And I suppose, I don't know, theories of compensation or whatever might come into play. But I think it's a lot more complicated than that, because in fact, the impressive and dramatic figures of some of his Pollockston ancestors had a great effect on his imagination, as did his own father's reading out as he got a little bit older. His father would read out to him over breakfast or in the father's studio passages from poems or plays, and as Yeats said, always at their most passionate moment. And so he got a great sense of kind of the excitement that writing could cause, either when read or when performed on the stage. So in that respect, of course, his father had a tremendous impact on him. And indeed, later, in about 1912, when Yeats was preparing a lecture, he wrote his father saying, I'm surprised to find how much my philosophy of life is inherited from you in all but its details and applications. So his father had a great influence on him. So did those Pollockston ancestors in Sligo. He kind of, in a way, he brings together the theme of the muse and the theme of his own personal life in other respects in the very interesting so-called prefatory lines to his volume, Responsibilities, in which he begins by addressing those Pollockston ancestors. And he says, "Pardon, old fathers, if you still remain within earshot." And then he goes down and he names some of them, including the fierce old man, he said, who taught my youthful lips to say, only the wasteful virtues earn the sun. And then he goes down, and as he ends, he finishes that sentence asking pardon of his old fathers. And so at the end of the poem, addressing the old fathers, his ancestors, he continues the thought by saying, "Pardon that for a barren passion's sake," there, of course, referring to his pursuit of Maud Gonne, "although I have come close on 49, I have no child. I have nothing but a book, nothing but that to prove your blood and mine." So again, you can go back to that question of where does inspiration come from. So there's the pain of childhood, and then there's the barren passion's sake for Maud Gonne, which leads to his giving birth, so far, as he says, to his old fathers, not to a human child, but he has a book. He's given birth to a book, which in fact is a series of books of beautiful and memorable poetry.